What is this tool found amongst woodworking tools? It is made from brass and wood with two movable arms. It measures approximately 10 inches, and stamped to it is possibly the personal name of R.G. Spears. Does anyone ever come across one of these before? That is the fence from a plow plane from the 19th century, designed to produce grooves and small rebates or rabbets. They are traditionally used for drawer bottoms or rear walls. The wooden arms marry with the body of the plane via two holes running right through the side of the body. The body and fence are nearly always made from beech, as this was the hardwood of choice at the time due to price and availability. What is this large structure next to a high school football field? We moved close by recently and passed by it a few times. I had assumed it was the high school's property since it seemed to be near the sports fields. We thought maybe it's like a portable roof for games. Any ideas? Its official name is VORDME, or Very High Frequency Omnidirectional Range Distance Measuring Equipment. It's part of a network established in the late 60s to early 70s that uses radio frequencies to help tell pilots where they're at in the airspace. The plane has an instrument that can tune into this VOR and figure out which radial of the compass it is on. According to the FAA, there are nearly 900 of these stations across the country, including this one in Chicago Heights and this one in Geneva. Half to two-thirds of these stations are being decommissioned as they're no longer the primary method of navigation. Most pilots now use GPS to determine where they are in the airspace. Still, these sites won't go away completely. They are still in use by some pilots and are a reliable backup to GPS. What is this wooden object of unknown purpose? I got it as a welcome gift in a hotel in Costa Rica. My initial thought was, it was one of those things you hang on the side of tables so you can hang your bags on them, thus keeping your bags clean and safe. But looking at the size of this in the hole, I do believe it's to hold wine bottles. Does anyone know the use of this item? It's a churriador, a popular brewing device used for over 200 years in Costa Rica to create our world-famous coffee. It is built of a wooden stand that holds the coffee cup or pot and a sock held open by a wire or rim. To brew, ground beans are placed in a cloth bag and hot water is poured over them. What is this tool used for? The two wheels rotate, have a slight bevel to them, and are offset from each other. They are not linked, and each one can turn independently of the other. Any ideas? It's an early pull-through type knife sharpener, like this pair of Joseph Rogers from the late 1800s. Place the knife vertically between the two discs, then draw it through. I have one I used with my dad many years ago. What is this unknown canister-like item found while refurbishing an old police station in northeast England? Around 2 to 3 kilograms, cylindrical with a nut at the top, and I'm unsure of the color. This was unearthed on the 3rd story of an old police station during refurbishment to convert it into a residential. Although I'm pretty sure it's not UXO, I didn't rule out contents under pressure, and so I didn't mess about too much with it aside from storing securely. Let me know what you think. It's a New Swift fire extinguisher cylinder, made in England by the New Swift Limited in the 1950s. I've seen lots of these in government buildings. Here's a photo that shows 3. They have exactly the same heavy metal top on them. What is this spoon with a knife on one side and straining holes, found among our late grandma's kitchen utensils? It has a dull serrated edge on one side and straining holes. The silver finish shows brass underneath around the holes. Any guidance would be greatly appreciated. It's called Draenor Cut Spoon from the 1950s. It can be used as a drainer, serving spoon, or knife. It has a serrated edge that will cut frozen food or peel fruit and potatoes. What is this large metal object from a late 1800s or early 1900s farmhouse in central Minnesota? It weighs about 20 pounds, hollow inside, around a foot in diameter, and is made entirely of a heavy metal. If I had to guess, I would say it's a lid or cover for something. I'm also pretty sure that the crevasse on the side is a crack. The upper part definitely seems like a handle, with bolts implying it would turn up and down. Any help is appreciated. Thank you. It's a cast iron cattle watering bowl, missing its valve and pressure plate. It's connected to the water supply and refills as the animal drinks from the cup. There was a spring-loaded pressure plate in the bowl, which allowed water to be delivered when the cow pressed its nose into it. I have 2 or 3 of them still installed in an old former stable, which I now use for storage, and they are in better shape. What is this wooden bowl repaired by a metal plate? It also has some twine stitches to repair some cracked areas. This bowl was purchased at an estate sale in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and is approximately the size of a large coconut. I've tried searching for wooden bowls repaired by metal plates, and vintage wooden bowls to no avail. Any ideas? It's a Turkana wooden bowl from the early 1900s. Turkana is a nomadic people from northwest Kenya known for skills in wood carving and metalwork. They are frequently on the move. Their household goods must be lightweight and durable. Each of these bowls is carved by hand and used for storage and transportation of food items. These bowls were also used for ceremonial purposes and to receive cow's blood that is obtained by piercing the vein, and then afterward plugging the hole to stop the bleeding. The cow's blood is mixed with the cow's milk and then consumed for nourishment. Sometimes when eating the meat of the cow, it is first dipped into this mixture. Repair work is done by the original owner to prolong the life of the piece. What is this plastic hook that has been in the family since the early 1980s? Around 8 inches long, with one bony end, and has 85 Ramses and Pat pending on it. Apparently it was gotten in a jumbo mystery box from an auction sale in the early 1980s, so it could possibly be even older. Someone suggested it might be a replacement leg bone for a small animal, possibly a cat or a smaller dog, but I don't know if they had plastic replacements in the 80s. Our family was thinking it was a tool, but it seems possible it could have been from a model perhaps. I've tried a Google image search, along with typing in Ramses, 85 and Pat pending, and haven't found anything. Does anyone know what this thing actually is? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.